Connors and Ferris podcast studio. This is Buffalo Plus, your interactive look at the week in football.
Hello and welcome into the Buffalo Plus podcast. Mike Catalana, Dan Fates. I am Jenna Cottrell. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, as well as share. We're here in the Connors and Ferris podcast studio talking the Bills-Bengals matchup for later on this week. We're going to get into some Darius Slay news, where the Bills are at, talking injuries. We'll also talk about the Cincinnati team and who we can expect to see coming into Orchard Park later on this week. All right.
Hey, Rusty, is Jenna's camera really low?
I think so.
So
Dan's going to fix the camera.
There we go.
You know, we're all learning
Jenna just
here.
got taller, I think. That's what it was.
I'm
There we
already
go.
tall. There we go.
She slouches.
I was
people.
say, sorry, everyone.
There we go.
Also, I'm going to disappoint you all. I'm not wearing my glasses, apparently. So
I'm wearing my glasses. Hey, come on.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I was
Look,
say, Mike
I
looks
got
exactly. Yeah. I mean, Mike's really showing out today.
that's
I
it.
think we had 160 comments on the recap video from practice yesterday. 80% were about Jenna.
Jenna in her glasses.
I know. I had an allergic reaction. That's why I was wearing them. Don't often wear them. So yeah, there's that. Okay, let's actually talk about the Bills because that's what people want to know. This is funny though. Andrew saying the camera isn't low, Jenna is just high. Andrew.
Oh,
That's
well
pretty
done.
good.
Well
That's
played,
a good way
Andrew.
to
Pretty
start. It's pretty good. All right. Let's talk kind of the news of the day. So the Bills claiming Darius Slay off of waivers.
and he's gone.
And he makes the choice or is figuring out if he wants to make the choice, if he wants to retire. That would mean obviously he would not join the Bills. And in the process yesterday, the Bills cut Jamarcus Ingram in a corresponding move. He gets claimed off of waivers by the Houston Texans. So now it looks like currently the Bills are without a veteran corner in Darius Slay and without a special teamer and corner in Jamarcus Ingram.
Not great, if you think about it, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
I
How was
don't
the
know.
play?
I don't know the logistics of this. Darius Slay is a veteran who has said, this is my last year in the NFL. When I say I don't know the logistics, like I would think I'd want to know before I claimed him from somebody in his camp. Maybe you're not allowed to do that. I don't know. I try to find out, like, does this dude want to play somewhere else?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't have claimed him.
Yeah.
He played for the Eagles for it's either 4 or 5 years, whatever it was with the Eagles. They let him go at the end of the year. His contract was up. He signs with Pittsburgh. I think he wanted to go back there. Pittsburgh didn't want to play him. I don't trust any. I think he can still play, and I think he would have helped the Bills.
Yeah.
But the Bills claim him, and then they have to give up a spot on the 53, and it's Jamarcus Ingram, and then they lose Jamarcus Ingram. So for a guy who at least potentially you would have thought might not want – and listen, I don't want to hear – he didn't want to come to Buffalo. I don't think he wanted to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Either Philly or Detroit, I think, would have been the two places.
Yeah.
That's where
Yeah, he
played
was
before.
in the gorgeous landscape of Pittsburgh. Like we're gonna sit there and be like it was Buffalo.
Yeah.
He chose to be on Lake Erie, and he's just going a little east.
Yeah, I thought that was a little like grasping at straws, like Vontae Davis and now
Yeah.
Darius. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, that's completely different
Had nothing to
stories.
do with it. I don't
Yeah.
think he would have wanted to go to the LA Chargers or the Denver Broncos. I think he was like, I'm about done. He knew the system in Philly because he was just there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he was hoping for. The reason I say this about the Bills, you put the claim in, you get him,
Mhm.
and then you have to give up a player. And I'm not sitting here pretending Jamarcus Ingram is, but Jamarcus Ingram plays teams and he's good at it.
He's a good special teamer.
And he can play if you need him at corner.
Yeah, he has
Yeah.
this year.
And now you lost him.
Yeah. So now you're without anyone.
You didn't get the guy and you didn't keep the guy.
And I
Yeah.
think one of the things is they made this move to address probably the depth at the corner position. And now you're down a player.
You need another corner, right?
Yeah.
Don't you need another?
You know
Don't
who's-
say it.
You know who's out there?
Do not say it, Daniel.
Wait, who's out there?
Former first-round
Kyle
pick.
Elam.
Oh, don't do that.
Don't care.
Don't.
Honey.
Honey.
He's
Rusty, take the one shot. Honey, no. it's a no.
He's coming back.
It's
He's
a no.
coming back.
No. I feel like you
Let me
can't.
ask this though. Elam wasn't really a special teamer.
No. He did play.
Gonna learn today. There you go. Yeah, that's a big, like I said, that was one of the things that I remember, like even during training camp, but everybody was like, oh, I don't think Jamarcus Ingram's going to make this team. And I was like, you're looking at it from the wrong perspective.
You're looking at from the cornerback roster spot.
And the teams. Like there are guys that play both. And then there are guys that are core special teams guy. Who's the guy from Carolina that's been killing it this year? Franklin.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I thought you meant on the Panthers.
No.
Sam Franklin.
He's a monster on special teams.
Wild, man.
He is wild.
Oh, my God.
Pre-game, everything. Yeah.
So
got a lot of energy.
I always thought Ingram was one of those guys. Like, that was obviously you could have him inactive if needed, but I thought he was a pretty good core special teamer. I guess it's Dane for the short time.
Yeah. Which he's been.
I mean, he's been in that role before, the fourth corner teams guy.
Yeah.
But I do think that says a lot about them wanting to make an upgrade. And then, but let me make sure I'm getting this right. He hasn't decided he wants to retire, though, correct?
No, but here's the thing. If you are Slay, your only option now, well, you have two options, is to join the Bills.
Or retire.
Mm-hmm. Or a third option is wait for the Bills to release you.
And then go to Philly.
Yeah. And the Eagles cannot make a trade with the Bills. Can't send them a draft pick. I don't think you can even wink a draft pick, and we'll do it next year. I don't think you can get away with that. I mean, maybe if the Bills and the Eagles did a deal.
Yeah.
But hey, breaking news 9 days ago, Kyrie Elam signed with the Titans.
Oh, he did.
Somebody mentioned that in the comments.
I thought you were going to say.
Hand up.
Good for Kyrie. Will it last?
This is why our chat.
Sorry, this is mean to say. Good for the Bills, too.
Yeah.
They didn't want him back.
Shout out to Kelly. She goes, isn't Elam with the Titans right now? This is why our chat is the best.
Yeah, I would agree.
So appreciate it, as always.
Yeah, and if you haven't already subscribed, be sure to do so. Ooh, there's some couple of comments about stuff. Yeah.
So it's funny. I like the aggressiveness at the time just because I'm like, all right, we saw Elam played in the championship game when Benford got hurt. Elam had to play.
Yeah.
I'd take Darius Slay started in the Super Bowl for the Eagles. He played a ton of games, championships, couple of Super Bowls, playoff games, all that stuff. So he may not be as fast as he was, as quick as he was. He's smart. He can play man
competent,
and zone. Yeah. And I think he would have been certainly a good option if you needed one. But
at Josh in the chat says, so it's time to bring back Nickel Roby Coleman.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a throwback name.
Gilmore out there?
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, is he signing with somebody now?
Oh, Phil says, love the kickstand. All right. We talked about the Slay stuff. Let's get more into this game, this matchup. First, let's start with the Bills coming off a big win over the Steelers. Where do you make of their confidence level, of where they're at, and also how much can you bring into this matchup against the Bengals?
It's funny. It's almost like you can't bring anything game plan wise into the Bengals.
Agreed.
Right?
Yeah.
They are very, very, very different teams. What I think that game
fair.
was for the Bills was, honestly, you saw it, Jenna. You were down on the field. They had fun in that second half.
They did.
They enjoyed themselves a little bit, took a little of the heat off. That post-game celebration was as much fun as we've seen them have since the Baltimore game, even more than the Chiefs, because, they like to celebrate a little when they beat the Chiefs, but not too much.
Yes,
correct.
They know the amount.
They're so reserved.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's the
They're
Chiefs.
not stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this was like fun. It was like a little pressure off. They won the game. They did it with a running game and defense, which was good. But in terms of what that means for Sunday, I think they feel a little, just in general, you would feel a little better. But Dan, they've gone too much win, lose.
Yeah.
So they felt good before in games and then turned around and had a bad one.
Yeah, they have been consistently inconsistent. They started out 4-0. They're 4-4 in their last 8 games. But the calendar may be turning over at the right time. I know it's well been, put out there that the Bills are 18-3 since 2020 in the month of December. They've won 12 out of their last 13 games. Their only loss coming in that wild one to the Rams. And it was funny. I was just talking with my dad about it today because he's like, really, that stat? He's like, I remember they lost some games at the end of the season. They were January.
Yeah.
Like it was a lot of those January
Yeah, the
games.
Patriots game last year.
Yeah.
And I think they lost to a
January.
Jets. I think one of the times when nothing mattered. I don't think Josh played the final game
I'm
of the
trying
season.
to think over these few years, they haven't lost a game in the last week of the season that mattered.
That
There
mattered.
hasn't been
No.
one.
Yeah, that mattered.
No, Josh, the one game I know because we're looking at stats for like how he's played against the Jets, and I think the Bills lost, but he only played a half or something like that. But anyway, like this is a team that has found ways to win in this month, and I think that the one thing that I will take away that I know it feels like every week the pendulum swings massively. The Bills stink, blow the whole team up, fire the coach, fire the GM. They win, and the national media is like, you know what? The Bills wide open AFC. Why can't they win the Super Bowl? And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
I will say that game felt like a January playoff game. Physical teams that you found a way to win, and Joe Brady did it by just running the ball down the Steelers' throat.
Yeah.
And you did it with 2 backup tackles.
Yeah.
That's a really cool feather in your cap to, as Josh says, find a way to win. They found a way. That's awesome. But what can you take from it offensively? I don't feel any different. I don't feel any better about this offense because to talk about the pendulum again, Sean always talks about wanting to be a 2-dimensional offense. That's his whole thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in years past, it goes back to the Dable years when Josh was throwing the ball 45, 50 times a game and Sean was pissed. And it was kind of like Dable's like, I got Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Emmanuel Sanders, all these guys. And I got Devin Singletary and a thin offensive line that isn't great at run blocking. So I'm going to throw the ball because that's what we do well.
Yeah.
Now it's Josh has a bottom 5 wide receiver room in the NFL, but he's got an awesome offensive line, depth at the offensive line. They can run the ball down your throat. They can play physical smash mouth football, but James Cook leads the league in rushing attempts. That's not balanced. They're not a balanced offense. Their fastball now is on the ground. Sean joked this week that his favorite play is a fullback dive. Yes, he was kidding, but it was just that sense of, hey, like this is how we're finding ways to win.
Also, I think he was playing into a little that people think all he wants to do is run the ball.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, when you have your best player on the team, not named Josh Allen, is your running back.
Yep.
Strength of the team is the offensive line, and you are weak at wide receiver.
Yeah.
It makes sense. And I don't know how much stronger they're getting at wide receiver this week. I don't know if Joshua Palmer is going to play. That doesn't look great.
Highly doubt it.
Dalton
I mean,
Kincaid.
Sean McDermott said this week he's not in a good place.
Yeah,
with the
so
injuries.
With the injuries.
Yeah.
Dalton Kincaid's got a pretty bulky knee brace on. Now, that could have been some precaution. I don't know. He's already dealing with the
hamstring. I think that's kind of what's concerning is he pops up on the injury report and it had been a hamstring. He hasn't played in
It'll be 3. This will be a month. This will be 4 games.
He hasn't played in 3 weeks. And then to see him have the knee injury, it looks like it was on the knee of last year and you're wearing a huge knee brace. That's obviously reason for concern.
David Frazier says, do you think we could win a Super Bowl when the offense is so predictable?
I think that's a great question. I do think for this Bills team, when you have Josh Allen, he's the type of guy that in any given moment can.
Yep.
We talked about it on our other show. Like if you need him to, he's like a basketball player that could put up 40 any given night. That being said, the Bills offense in terms of the pass catchers or really the wide receivers has been a negative for this team. You would like to think that in a big moment, those guys could step up, but obviously there's concerns. My one thing is though, and I look at this playoff picture and where the Bills are at, the Bills have a ton of playoff experience.
Mhm.
And in terms of what that would mean in that next stage, I think that would bode well for them. But also you have to be able to execute. And we've seen the Bills offense in the passing game struggle to execute throughout the season.
I think part of it is you say about the predictability. I mean, you do need to put teams in conflict defensively.
Correct.
What are they going to do? What are you going to do? Right?
What
Yeah.
are we doing?
Right.
What are we
And
doing?
When we start out looking at the Bills offense and you're not concerned with somebody getting behind you down the field,
Correct.
you see the way they tend to run the pass game, which is close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
It just greatly increases the chances that they can minimize your offense. Now,
And minimize big plays.
yes. Now, that doesn't mean we've seen it pop like when the Tampa
Tampa game.
and
Mhm.
the Bills executed well Josh got the ball out of his hands. Guys did the run after catch. I mean, you had the Shakir touch? No, it was who caught the screen?
What game?
In the Tampa game. The screen. Was that
That was Shakir, no?
Ty Johnson? Who took the screen and went for a touchdown?
Shakir. Yeah.
Right? Was the Shakir touchdown.
I mean,
but it's
yes.
the run after catch is one thing.
No, it wasn't Shakir.
Was it Ty? It was Ty Johnson.
Yes. Went down the sidelines.
Touchdown?
Yes.
Yes.
The old man was right. I thought that's what it was. I guess the
Yes.
reason I was saying is the play itself was the play. The player made it. It got good blocks
Correct.
and they executed it, and it turned into, I think, a 52-yard touchdown, if I remember.
It's great. Yes.
Yeah. Pulled that one out of
Jenna's
here.
checking,
You're right. It was Ty
but I
Johnson.
believe he's
How many
right.
yards was it?
52 yards.
Yeah.
Whoa! Old man
Look
still
at
got
that.
it.
How long was the Tyrell Shavers pass?
That was
50
40.
54.
No, 54.
No,
50.
no, he got in your head. What was it?
It was 44.
43. That was pretty dang close.
Old man still got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a deep, but that was a pass down the field.
Yeah, that was a
But I guess
scramble
what I'm
and-
saying is we've seen it come out, but it's not, this is not even like, God, even like last year, that Rams game you
Yeah.
talked about. It's not even like that,
Correct.
where he's
That's-
chucking it down the field
Yeah.
to, actually,
that was
in that game, Shakir
that
got
was
down the
Khalil
field.
Shakir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's where my thought is, again, with Joe Brady, and we've talked about him a bunch over these last few weeks, and he deserves his flowers for what he was able to do in Pittsburgh. Like, I've always loved and respected how, even from like, I always said that Joe learned from like the failures with the Saints, and that he was not too proud to be like, I messed up, I'm going to change things. And the one thing he seemed to say was like, I'm going to keep it simple. Like, when plays work, I'm going to keep running the plays. That's kind of been the MO of the Bills. When things have been working over the last few years, they're like, yeah, they ran this play 7 times, 8 times. In Pittsburgh, whatever, it was 1 or 2 of the same similar type of plays, and they ran it like 30 times.
It's an NBA mentality. If it's working, they just keep doing it. If you can't cover that guy in the post, they're going to keep throwing him the ball.
Yeah.
If you don't close out on the guy in the corner
NBA Finals
three,
when they just picked on Curry.
they just will do it until the other team changes. The Steelers, I don't know if the Steelers had anybody up in the box watching the plays.
Yeah.
I don't know what
they were covering
doing.
their eyes.
but
But
they
that's
didn't change.
That's the positive of Joe Brady.
Yes.
My fear is, and why I don't have all that much of a different outlook on the offense, even after that game where they run for 249 yards, the most by an opponent in Pittsburgh since 75, is, okay, what happens when that play that you really like doesn't work?
Yeah.
Then you have to adjust in game. The Bills have been really good on opening drives, scripted drives coming out of halftime and to start games. They've been pretty good. It's that in-game adjustment where Brady has struggled to make those changes on the fly. That's my concern, is that, okay, this is what we're going to do. I'm Mike Tyson. I'm going to punch you in the face. Okay, what if that punch doesn't land?
Yeah.
What do you
How
got
do you
now?
address-
You don't have the endurance now to go 7, 8, 9 rounds. So that's where my fear is, and that good teams are able to adjust off of it.
Buffalo Green says tight ends versus Cincy have had big games.
Everybody's had big games against
Also, who's taking advantage in this game? I don't. We were just saying is I don't know if Kincaid's
I
going to
don't know
play.
if Kincaid is
And
gonna play.
we'll see.
That was a huge knee brace.
Yes.
And he's also been out. Do you want to put him back out there?
Dan has a speak and spell, not a laptop. I don't get it.
I don't get that.
Is that a spelling shot at me?
I think that was
People were
another-
very complimentary of your outfit.
was
Oh, they like the shoes.
Yeah, they like the outfit though. They like
Huh.
the coordination.
I was wearing something earlier, and my kids got dinner all over the last one. I went home for dinner.
I don't I knew what a see and say was. Was that a speak and say? Did you say it was?
It was a speak and
Speak and
spell.
spell.
Oh, speak and spell. Okay.
Wasn't a speak and say the thing you pulled and it would go around
Yes.
the animal? And it'd be like
Yes.
tiger,
Yes.
rawr.
Do you think if Josh was in charge of calling the plays, it would make a difference? He does have some flexibility in these
Yeah.
plays. Usually there's a double call
Yep.
and he can change out of it. You'll see it. Go to the line. Sometimes they'll call out kill, or they'll make a signal and go to the second play. I mean, he knows the series of plays that they would likely call in those spots.
Mhm.
I think it's not 1987. Like,
Yeah.
Correct.
it's hard for
It's also
players to call
concepts.
plays.
It's
Yeah.
Joe Brady's concepts. And that's where the passing game has struggled, when we've joked around that they're a mesh, that they have struggled. And again, the Shavers play, big play, probably the biggest passing play of the season, was off of a broken play.
Right.
It was not drawn up to be like that.
No, it was a scramble. And
I was talking to my dad about it tonight, and he was kind of saying, well, they're running the ball so well and all these things. But you don't have to be a great defense to sell out to stop the run and find success. Miami did it.
Right.
They put 8-9 guys in the box.
Mhm.
If they're saying, screw it, we'll live and die by this. If Josh throws it over our head, tip of the cap. But that's where it does worry me a little bit. The Bengals defense is playing a little bit better of late. It's hard to be worse. They are a historically bad defense.
yeah.
But if they say, after watching the Steelers game when Josh threw for 123 yards, saying, we're just not worried about any of these guys. We're only worried about James Cook. We're going to put 9 guys in the box and see what they can do. We've seen that's a recipe to slow down the Bills. It has worked. It's a blueprint.
And there's been times where the Bills get behind and they can't rely on running the ball that much. And then you have to rely more on the passing game. And we've seen how terribly that has turned out for Buffalo.
The Bills are great with the lead.
They are. They're fantastic.
Because they can play their game.
Yes.
And what does Sean say when they lose, like New England did? They made us play the game
they wanted us to play.
And that's how
Good
they've
job.
lost games. Miami did that to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Miami, of all people.
No, I
did
know.
that. So
No, I definitely think there is frustration. Where is your confidence level, Dan, in Joe Brady coming off of a great week? How do you feel?
Really, my thought hasn't changed coming off of the Houston game. I needed to see the pass protection improve, especially with Alec Anderson and Ryan Vandemark.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't think that the Steelers, although the Steelers are more name than game at this point.
yeah,
They are
Yeah.
just, you think of the Steelers and their defense. That's not them. They're the highest paid defense and they stink. They flat out stink. So I was like,
hey, don't be mean to Cam Hayward.
oh, that's right.
you
Sorry.
don't want to hurt his feelings.
That's right. We're on to Cincinnati, Mike. We're on to
Yes.
Cincinnati. But I looked at that game and I said,
But Josh was so complimentary.
He was.
he was very complimentary. And I just looked at it and I said, this is still kind of the
Dan's
time.
dismissing our nonsense.
Yeah.
I get the nonsense. I looked at this and I thought, you had 10 days to make sure Josh didn't get hit a dozen times.
Yeah.
And they did. And they refused to chip early in the first half.
Right.
They just let these guys run wild again. Second half, they made adjustments. Spencer Hawes showed off how good of a blocker he is. Dawson Knox chipped. They had Shakir and Shavers chipping. They showed a lot more of that. They did a great job in the running game. I still just don't think that you can be, you guys always used to tell me, you can't pass the ball. You need to be able to run the ball effectively. That's what you guys would tell me
you have
for
to have
years.
multiple ways to win in the
Right.
NFL.
The Bills really don't have multiple ways to win. It is, I guess they have 2. It's James Cook or Josh.
Yes.
Josh goes
Yes.
nuclear. Josh
Or-
goes MVP.
Or having the lead. and being
And I
able to
don't
do
want to
those things,
hear,
yeah.
I don't want to hear, well, look at their EPA. Look at their total offense. Look at all this stuff. Use your eyes. This offense is painful to watch throwing the football. Don't tell me that actually Josh's numbers are actually, comparative. Like ESPN and all these people will go on there and say, well, actually this metric tells you that he's having another similar MVP season. He's not. It's not the same. It doesn't look like it is.
I'm so proud of him.
That was
Because
really good.
It is.
That was
this
great
is the kind of
TV.
thing that usually would come from me. It would be considered an old man take. I'm agreeing with you.
I
But it's
think-
considered that because here we go, old man. He's done it. No, the reason I say that is because you can make the numbers. I do believe in numbers, but I also do sometimes I go, okay, when you need to throw it, they can't throw it. Can we just be blunt?
3rd and 7 is a death sentence for this team.
So
Yeah.
you can say all the numbers because in a game like Tampa, everything gets inflated. You have to take out certain games to say in big moments, in big games, they do not throw the ball effectively. They don't have a go-to pass play.
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about like deep balls down the field. I'm talking about slants on, like you're saying, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8,
Yeah.
comeback routes where you just know that receiver is going to get that defender
Yeah.
off of him, turn around, make the catch, first down, let's move on.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, well, even like Khalil Shakir last year really felt like
Yeah.
a safety blanket for Josh. And this season, there hasn't been that consistency, that continuity. There's been
We
more.
do have the wide receiver screen to Shakir, though.
We apparently will always have that.
Yes.
I saw stats somewhere today that said that Shakir has the lowest depth of route out of any wide receiver in the NFL
That
this year.
honestly does not shock
And
me
last
at all.
year, he caught some balls 15, 20 yards down the field.
Yeah, we're not asking him to be Jerry Rice.
Yeah.
Just let the man run.
There's some good comments. Kendrick Buffalo says every offensive drive is a slog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Somebody said, Eric Emi says, stop running on 80% of first downs.
Yes.
And Kel says, Dan is 99% less wrong than normal.
Reed Williams thing.
Williams, I'm a statistician, and I will tell you the way the NFL does stats is so archaic. Stats are like bikinis.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Stats are like bikinis. They show you some things, they don't show you everything.
Not the ones nowadays.
Oh,
That's a good
that's
one.
another old person take.
Yeah.
These girls today, you tell them.
I don't know how we move off of that. Yeah, I mean, I do think that's fair. I just think for me, it's you talk about watching, you talk about the EPA, all that stuff, and looking at the numbers. But then when you're actually watching the games, but how do you fix that? You
Get
really
better wide receivers.
Yes.
I'm saying in season, how do you
Use
fix
your
that?
backs.
Are you just
Also-
Use the
praying that
backs.
Brandon Cooks gives you something else?
Also, what you do is you watch the good offenses, like we all do. We watch around the rest of the NFL, and you say, that was a cool play.
Yeah,
Do that.
yeah.
I don't understand. I watch New England, and I go, man, that guy is designed open because
Yeah.
this guy cleared out that guy. This guy goes here. Drake May is getting freebies.
There's a couple
Now, again,
times where Mac
he's
Hollins,
playing,
yeah,
he's playing awful
last
schedule, like
place.
Mac, or it's Drake, the schedule May, and like all of these things. But there are concepts that I go, man, Joe Brady should just play their tape in the offensive room and go, we're going to run this play this week because this is going to clear that out. That's going to clear this. Watch the Niners. Watch these good offenses. I don't know why it's a cop. Don't we always say it's a copycat league?
Yeah.
Copy the good plays.
It's so funny. I go back in my time doing this job for the TV station. And when we would go other places, I would watch other TV
I
stations.
still do.
And I would go, that was a really good idea. We're going to copy that. Let's
Yeah.
just steal
Do
the
that.
idea.
Yeah.
Let's do that. And sometimes I would even get in touch with a person, ask them what they did. Like, you're not doing that in the NFL. You don't need
Yeah.
to, but you have tape of everything they're doing. I agree with you. Sometimes it's concepts that just make life easier. There is no rule against making life easier for Josh Allen.
We've checked with the league.
Yes, you are allowed to have players who can run down the field, catch the ball, and make it easier where Josh just throws it and the guy makes a play.
Yeah. And there's just been moments this season where it just feels so painful to watch this offense.
The
and
first
then,
half of Pittsburgh.
well, I was saying, and then the turnovers. And that compounds how awful it is to
So
watch.
what do you think? Like Lindsay says, I think it's if I have it right, Lindsay. I would like to see at least one deep throw to Shavers or Brandon Cooks. I don't disagree with that. I think there is something of how about the game in Atlanta? They started out Josh Palmer
Deep shot.
down the field,
Yeah.
right?
And
It
then he
was like
gets injured.
He did get hurt, but I'm saying
Yes,
is it was an
yeah.
idea of like, we're going to tell you right from the start. I don't even know if this game would be the one.
It's almost like Joe Brady will get paid more money if he keeps it 15 yards and in. Like, it's like, what is the incentive here?
Yeah.
Because that's the other thing that, like, I do think that, like, whether we joke around about like the salary cap and we joke around like, oh, GMs use it as propaganda to fans to be like, we can't pay all these people. I feel like the Bills have kind of said a little bit of, you just can't throw the ball down the field. Defenses just aren't allowing it. Now, I watch other games.
Yeah.
There's deep throws all the time.
Okay. So he is this guy that you will see Sunday is the epitome of what you want in an outside receiver in Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
And T.
Catches
Higgins.
everything, but Chase alone is I think he's the best receiver in the NFL. He also draws penalties, makes contested catches, runs by people. Not everybody is going to be that guy, but I see a lot of mediocre to good wide receivers drawing penalties nonstop in this league. Throw the ball down the field. Tonight, Detroit's playing Dallas. I'm going to say right now off the top of my head, there's going to be 4 pass interference calls in that game down the field.
Refs want to throw flags.
They
Yeah.
can't wait.
That
And then,
has been a
especially when you're the
struggle.
home team, you guys know you're down there and there's a play and everybody yells and the player yells and then all of a sudden that flag comes flying in like this and then everybody goes crazy and then everybody reacts. They love to call it. How often do the Bills get those calls? How often do they push to get
attempt.
those calls.
Yeah.
Put themselves in position to do that.
Mac was good at drawing penalties. He actually was. He still does it now for the New England Patriots, who we see a week from Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Air it out. The hell with the dink dunk crap. I'm with you, Gregory. But honestly,
I also think, though, they don't really have the talent on the
I'm with
outside
you.
for that.
I think this is the way they can. Can they win that way? Yes. You're going to have to play very good defense.
Long, sustained drives.
And get the lead, I think. I mean, or stay within a score. You're going to have to stay that way.
Well, you have to stay in 2nd and 5. Like that's tough to do.
This feels like if for some reason, an injury or whatever, the Bills were playing without Josh Allen. And you were saying, okay, this is what we have to do on offense. We got to run it. We got to go short passes. We got to play
Iowa
good
football.
Oh my gosh.
It's Iowa football.
Yeah.
We're going to run the ball.
Well,
we're going
you
to play
would
good
adjust.
defense. We're not going to turn it over.
But
And
you
you're like,
would
yeah, but
adjust.
you have Josh freaking Allen.
I know, but that was my point is it feels like, okay, this is why they got to do it this way because they don't have the guys.
Yeah.
They have the guy. They have the hardest one to get.
Yes.
So
it really is pretty incredible when you think about it.
Yeah.
But again, I think that just is a testament to who they have outside and not having the faith. But that being said, I do think you can use that option just to keep defenses honest as well. And that has been an issue, obviously.
You all right there, Dan?
Bills go. Dan, please stop with the 100% stuff. 100%.
What did you say? 100%.
I guess when I agree with Mike, I say 100%.
Oh.
It's like our crutch words. We're going to start putting pennies in the jar again.
Oh gosh, that's
Say
a throwback.
1,000%.
100.
That used to bother me. Like, put in 1,000% effort today.
Hey,
no, you didn't.
110%, Mike.
That's it. Give the effort.
Stop.
Tori says we have Josh freaking Allen and we run first. Can't make this stuff up. You are right.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Yeah. Just imagine this running game with a passing game.
Who would be catching it?
No, I'm saying is if you had that,
I want a
they
wide
can
receiver
run
in the
it very
first
well.
round. I want a wide receiver in the second round. I want a wide receiver in free agency.
Hey, Dan, bitching about wide receiver. I know. What do you think Brandon Cooks could add, Mike?
I think you know what it is? It's, I think he is a player. I think he still has his physical ability.
Sorry, just remind. There are players on this roster.
He is a player.
He is a player who
Here's a guy. He's got 2 arms, 2 legs.
I just want it on the record that they've interrupted me multiple times.
That's fair.
I think he still has his physical ability. Is he as fast as he was? No. He had some room to give up some speed. I think he wants to play too. I think he's excited about playing. And I know that sounds simple, but it's like he came in here, learned the offense. I talked to Shakir the other day. I talked to the players. And Shakir was great. And he lit up when talking about playing with Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
He's like, I watch that guy. I watch what he does. I try to copy it. Somebody asked him if he watches the other receivers like Jamar Chase.
It's so good.
And he's like, yeah, like on a TikTok reel. He goes, I got a little baby. Like I stare at the baby. Like I'm not watching.
Been there, done that.
But at practice or when he's not there, he's watching Cooks. I think he has that ability. He's only been there a couple of weeks now. So let's see. This might not be a bad game to get him incorporated against that defense. So let's see.
Well, like last week, he was just really getting into town, all that stuff. And I'm not saying you can learn the entire playbook in 2 weeks, but you would imagine, Dan, that he would feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, and they went to him on the first or second, third down. Like that's a nice comeback route.
I go. So Michael Giordano, you're certainly entitled to your opinion, but he says Bills don't make the playoffs, and it's time to show the GM and simple-minded Sean McDermott the door in Buffalo. Time for a new voice in the locker room. Sean's way isn't working. I would tell you this. If you're disappointed that this team hasn't made it to the Super Bowl, you have every right to be disappointed. We think they should have made it at one point. If you think for 1 second that Sean McDermott has lost this locker room, I'm sorry. I will say you can have your opinion, but you are wrong. Sean McDermott, I think, is doing one of his best jobs coaching this year. There is no doubt in my mind. This is not an ultra-talented offense.
Or roster.
And the defense, they have had to mix and match. He has had to work with Bobby Babbage. Shout out to Bobby Babbage, too. He has done a good job. Whatever has been the case.
And Bob Sr.
Yes.
Shout
out
to
our guy, Bob Sr. But the idea of them making this work with a bunch of veterans and other guys, This is not the year where you think Sean McDermott isn't doing his job. You may still be disappointed that they don't go to the Super Bowl, and I get it, but I'm sticking up for Sean this season. I think you guys do too, with what this year has been. And look, they got to still win. They got to make the playoffs. They got to fight with the Patriots. It has been a tough year, but this is not Sean's way isn't working, and they're not paying attention to him.
Yeah.
I always think about when you lose the locker room. You can see it.
It's evident.
Yep.
It's very evident.
Talk about what Shaq said. You talked to Shaq.
I did talk to Shaq after we missed him at the podium because...
Do you know how long he talked at the podium for?
How long?
1 minute, 26 seconds.
Because we weren't there.
You know, our friend Scotty, Channel 4, I think Scotty was left as the only guy to ask.
Was he really?
Yeah.
I think he asked
He has like three.
God bless him.
He was
doing it.
Scotty.
But then you got to
You got
Shaq.
a way better interview one-on-one.
We got to talk to Shaq.
I don't want to hear
it.
it.
It was great when he talked about Sean.
I asked him that because Sean has just been so complimentary of Shaq. And he goes, he's a dog. You feel him on the field, all these kind of things. He's making a difference when he's out there. And the stats back that up. The defense in rushing yards allowed per play is way down compared to when Terrell Bernard's on the field, things like that. And I asked him, I go, you saw defensive coordinator, Sean, and now you're seeing 9-year veteran head coach, Sean. And he said he's less intense. And he said, like, he
more
now
relaxed.
wants the more relaxed. He goes, he wants the players to lead. And Jax goes, the team will only go as far as the players take them. Like, it is so easy. And but I think this point is worth repeating. It's so easy to point the blame at Joe Brady and Sean McDermott and Bobby Babbage because none of you have a Sean McDermott jersey.
Yeah.
None of you hold a sign up at Highmark Stadium saying, "Go Sean, go." So you don't want to blame the players. And at times, guess what? The players aren't executing. They're not doing it. But Sean has done a phenomenal job, I feel, especially this year, of putting guys in positions to be successful. Sean doesn't miss tackles. Bobby Babbage doesn't miss tackles.
No, I hear you.
And if anything, he's putting the guys in position to miss the tackle. Like,
right. So we got in some comments. Like Walter says, every year since 23 has supposedly been Sean McDermott's best coaching year. Yeah, it's not what I said. I said this year because of all that has happened in the roster. I didn't say that every year has been. Dutch Flat says McDermott wants to have a bunch of yes men on his staff. That is not the case. That is not the case at all. Yes men. I don't think that's the way they operate.
no.
And I don't think it's ever been the way they've operated.
No, but I think you all have to be on the same page.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, but I told
that-
yes men, meaning it's all top down.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
all him. And
you know what I think about? Like, I think about the pros in golf who have swing coaches and they take a bad swing. They're not blaming their swing coach. They're saying, what did I do wrong? The swing coach is not, they're giving you the tips and the tricks to do it, but it's the actual player in that moment taking the swing. And sometimes I just feel like, how did this player not know how to take this handoff or whatever? It's like, you don't think that they drill that in practice?
well, you know, because you see it. How many times they're
It
going
is
over
all
stuff.
technique.
All.
Over and over and over again. But it's up to the players to go out there and execute.
That was a phenomenal
Analogy.
golf
Thank
analogy.
you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Somebody said keeping Samuel, I think they meant Samuel, is insane. They kept Samuel, put him on the IR because I think it's going to help them when they release him at the end of the year, which I think is the case, because then I think they
and
can
that has
spread
been
out the cap
another,
hit.
that's been a bust.
He's on the IR. I don't think he's coming back to play.
Who is the best player offensively that Brandon Beane has brought in his time in Buffalo?
like a
and-
free agent?
Outside, I'll say this, outside of James Cook.
Are you talking about
Stephon Diggs.
draft? Yeah, I would say
Forgot about
Stephon
him.
Diggs.
Stephon Diggs was the best player.
Yeah.
It was the best trade
And it was his best first round pick he's ever had
outside of Josh Allen.
outside of Josh Allen.
Yeah, no, Diggs was
Yeah.
really good until it wasn't.
And now he's really good again.
Until it won't be, but that may be a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's less than
Offensively, like it's tough to find guys. Like
Do you want to know why? Do you want to know why it's hard to find wide receivers on the open market? Because the good ones sign extensions.
yeah,
that. Or crazy money.
you got to
Well,
draft them.
that's what I'm saying. Is
Yeah.
that like there's a reason when these guys go to free agency and you're like, I can't believe this guy's a free agent. It's like,
Oh,
well, it's because that team doesn't like him.
Ryan
Yeah.
Kennedy, hot take. Mike Tomlin comes to Buffalo in 27. Oh, come on,
Oh,
Ryan.
you're trying
don't
to
do
punt
that.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
The man knows. Oh, I do like Todd was talking about offensive line. Spencer Brown, McGovern, and the big Irish guy at right guard.
That's
very funny.
phenomenal.
Yes, O-line, they've done a really nice job.
O-line.
Yeah.
You heard it right. O-line.
Oh, did I throw
O.
a little Philly
It was
in
a
there?
little Philly.
You gotta get him.
O-line. The O-line.
It's a Torrance joke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Very good,
Hey,
Daniel.
Pretty good.
Hey, that's a great comment.
Hey, can we talk a little bit about the injuries? We didn't really talk about it.
Yes.
Dion back on the practice field, still considered limited.
That's very encouraging.
He's going to
though.
play.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be out
Yeah.
of protocol. We'll see when they officially say that he's going to play. Kincaid, like we mentioned, knee brace, hamstring.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think
I
he's.
don't know,
I
Jim.
don't. In this, you are right. They've given up a lot to tight ends, a lot in the middle of the field, but I don't think we're going to see Kincaid. Maybe we'll be surprised. We'll see
Yeah.
what happens game time.
Joey Bosa did not practice again.
I say Bosa probably doesn't play next week either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you see him in the right, like,
It depends. It depends on how it goes.
Yeah.
And
but
Spencer Brown was limited again.
Spencer Brown, I think Spencer Brown's pushing to be back out there.
I agree.
And he's a tough dude. Like, they want to be back out. I'm not saying the other guys aren't tough, but some injuries are pain. Some injuries are just you can't play with them or they don't want you to play with them. So,
Yeah. That's very fair.
should we get to some ads?
Yeah. You know what? It's time for White Claw. White Claw grab of the week. So we're talking last week.
yes,
It's got to be Christian Benford, right, Mike?
Benford made a great back-to-back plays that Benford made. Well, Joey Bosa, credit to Joey, huge play in that game. And the Bills were losing.
Yeah.
Ball came loose. Benford made the grab there. Minute and a half later, ball's in the air. Mason Rudolph chucked it up.
Oh my gosh.
I think when I read the highlight, I was like, Mason Rudolph had to come in because Rodgers was bloody, and he threw a perfect spiral right to Christian Benford.
It was really, yeah.
Like, it was right to him.
I was very happy for Benford too because he's played really well. It's nice for guys to get numbers.
Yeah.
He's not a guy that he hasn't had to pick six.
Correct.
He hasn't made those plays. So he scored a touchdown.
The AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Grab a crew, grab a pack, grab life by the claw. White Claw grab of the week this week. We're giving it to Christian Benford.
Benford.
Cheers.
We all
Yes.
got some claws.
What do you got? Black cherry?
Black cherry. These are
Mango.
massive cans.
Mango. I know.
Mine is
This
not.
is the size of this can.
Yeah.
That's not quite the same.
Um,
I can't.
next week, a week from
Let's be
2 weeks.
professional here, Cottrell.
So, yes. Anyhow, I was going to say something in a couple of weeks, but we will worry about that later. But no, Christian Benford, I just like seeing the numbers because sometimes people judge players, even Pro Bowl votes and stuff. And I'd like to see guys like Benford get recognition
Yeah.
that way. We can talk all about it, but numbers help. And getting player of the week, getting touchdown, getting the interception, I think is
Getting a
good.
White Claw grab of the week.
That's huge.
That is huge.
Grabbing life by the claw.
Grab life by the claw.
Yeah.
All right. I do think that he has played a lot better in these last couple of weeks, Christian Benford. And especially like DK Metcalf shadowing him throughout the game. I think that's a step in the progress of what he can do. We've seen him do it before. But I know it's going to be a big test this week for the entire secondary, just with the talent that the Bengals have out there.
Thank you to Scumbag Brad.
What? Oh,
Personally hiring a voodoo witch doctor to stop all the injuries and spiritually heal everyone. Also, shout out White Claw. Appreciate it, Scumbag Brad. Also, he's not my brother.
yes, I'm not
Yes.
Dan's brother.
Still not convinced.
I was to say
Um,
that's something your brother would say.
Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Did we mention AJ?
So we did not.
All of a sudden, there's AJ.
Yeah, that's not
street
good.
clothes with a foot injury.
Yeah,
Did not
yeah.
practice
Foot.
in a game when you have no Bosa.
You're expecting no Bosa, yeah.
Just another funny comment.
What?
My friend Ian Gallagher says, Dan, don't drink that entire White Claw because I told you to. That's a shout out to an old college thing when back in the day, you'd be like, hey,
that was crazy. And then
it would be like, hey, grab a beer because I told you to. And then you'd be like, oh, I can't do it now.
Yeah.
It's an inside joke.
You guys must have been crazy.
Dan absolutely was.
And I'm
shout out for Fredonia State
I'm
again.
godfather to Ian's son. So shout out Graham.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Should we talk Bengals?
Oh, Jim asks, is Ed Oliver coming back?
So he was not wearing the brace. He was at practice, not participating at all, but he was at the Bills facility, not wearing the brace. He's had videos on social media of him like lifting up one of his kids. That seems to be a good sign, but Sean McDermott really shied away from saying whether or not he would be back this season. Understandably so. I don't think you want to set expectations of it at all, but that would be massive for this Bills defense to get him back.
Yes.
Think about where this Bills defense is. If I would have told you, even back in training camp, this defense would be without Ed Oliver for 90% of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd tell you, after he got dribbled like a basketball, that I would tell you that 10 weeks later, Cole Bishop will probably be one of your best players on defense. I'd think you were crazy.
And then
1,000%.
you say you get a glimpse of what Michael Hoyt could do for the defense, and then he's gone.
He's gone
in a game. And you are also playing Shaq Thompson and Jordan Poyer.
Yeah.
And Trey White.
And they're playing well.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah.
That's where Sean has, I feel like, much more of an impact. I feel like when the offense is stale, we did a live show the one time and a guy commented in after was it the New England game? And he said that the Bills offense was all Sean McDermott's fault. And I said, well, Joe Brady calls the plays.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, well, Sean's got to be that guy that coaches up the offense and has an impact. He's the head coach. And I said, do you give Sean McDermott credit when the offense is really good? He goes, well, no, that's Joe Brady. I go, so you can't have it both ways, man.
Yeah.
When the team's good, does Sean get the credit?
But that's what I'm saying.
Bad,
he's the first one to blame and gets none of the credit.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
Todd just said, I'm worried about Poyer this week. The Bengals are going to get him in some bad spots. I hope he keeps everything in front of him. This is a tough matchup.
Yeah.
And look, Jordan Hancock has played some.
But this is why you drafted Cole Bishop.
Yeah.
It's to be this athletic
and
to be able to show multiple looks on the back end.
And let's see how Max holds up in this one. He didn't get a ton of snaps. They kept
just the
Trey
way
out there
just
because
the way the game dictated it.
But I think we'll see a lot of Max in this game.
Where do you think Burrow is at? Obviously had the toe surgery, now is back out on the field. He has a specialized plate in his cleat, which seems to be very uncomfortable. He takes off his shoe after every drive, seemingly. He did play. He now had 10 days off. But where do you think he is at?
I think him getting to play in that game and then getting the time off was really good. It's very advantageous for the Bengals because they were not great in the red zone. They were not great in those things that take rep after rep.
Yeah.
And that team should be really good in the red zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the weapons they have. They still handled Baltimore. Burrow is great arm. He wins with his mind anyhow. Yeah. He's very smart. Sean said he kind of knows what you're doing before you do it.
Yeah.
But you need reps. He's got to be out there. That is again, I don't know how much that one game impacts him, but he's pretty smart. Now, that being said, I think the best thing is keeping him off the field, right? I think for the Bills to keep him off the field. And just if you think about what he brings out on that field with him compared to what Josh Allen does offensively.
Night and day.
Yeah. And keep in mind, the Bengals are near the top in terms of certainly 1 and 2 pass catches.
Yeah,
absolutely.
To have those two together.
How much do you think it sticks in Josh's mind that he has not beaten Joe Burrow?
Not much at all.
Really? I actually disagree with that. I think that would piss me off.
They've played 3 games, but obviously the one was the DeMar game. They've played 2 other games. He lost to him in the playoffs. Crushing game.
Joe Burrow said this week that that's one of his favorite games.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
The Bengals were pissed that the Bills were selling tickets.
Yeah. But, we can only make fun of them so much because they ended up winning the game.
I know.
So they did. Yeah. But, and then they beat them in Cincinnati in another regular season game. Close games, like 24-18, something like that it was. But they've only played and finished 2 games. So
That
yeah.
would, but I get that, but that would bother me if I were
think
Josh.
it does. I mean, when you look at the guys, he's beaten Lamar multiple times. He certainly has beaten Mahomes. We know. He's beaten Lamar in the playoffs, beaten Mahomes in the regular season, beaten Lamar in the regular season too, though against the best quarterbacks. You know, so
Somebody just commented in, Nathan Hoover saying Joe is no Pat. I feel like the beef is less real. I don't know if it's beef. It's that rivalry, and there just hasn't been enough Josh and Joe.
really hasn't.
Yeah.
Like, even for being individual, like that's why we.
But I
joke
feel
around.
like they get compared so much in terms of like the top quarterbacks.
Well, Jenna, I don't know if you know this, but the opposing quarterbacks don't play one another.
And they also get paid too.
Yes,
They do
a lot.
At the end of the day.
and they want to win.
You
Those
talk
guys
about-
want it too.
You talk about the difference when they walk in, and you were there.
The walking in,
The walking in, Josh is going to walk in a sweatshirt,
a t-shirt, a hat from Oshai's Children's Hospital,
Right.
and
and
maybe some joggers.
Burrow's going to be wearing a fur, isn't he?
I could see
that'd be
that.
sweet.
And like tiny sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what's funny though? The tunnel is so short in
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Yeah,
It's not much of a walk.
It's like
This is not a big
yeah,
runway walk here.
Yeah, no, not at all.
It's just very different.
Yeah.
But Burrow is a very smart
It-
player, good player. But it would be nice for Josh to have a win against Burrow, especially
Yeah.
in this game, because it basically doesn't eliminate the Bengals. It's pretty close to
Hey.
eliminating them.
Don't let the Bengals get hot and get in the postseason. Nobody want to see them.
Yeah.
Hey, Rusty, one shot, please. Don't let the Bengals get in the postseason. Don't worry, they won't. So don't worry about it. This is the same team that for 3 years running has been this team that has been so bad early in the year. And then everybody says, oh, you wouldn't want to face the Bengals in the postseason. And nobody's had to worry about it because you've never had to face the Bengals in the postseason because of how bad they have been early. That's the one thing I do kind of push back on a little bit when they say like, oh, you know, these games calendar, Shaq Thompson said it. Brandon Cook said it this week that like the real players know that the real season starts after Thanksgiving. The games in September are worth just as many points in the standings as these ones are here. And then if you win more early on in the year, these ones are also important too.
Yeah.
It just puts you in better
Believe
position.
me, I agree.
Like it's just one of those things
I
that
think when the players say it, they just mean the game intensity ramps up.
I agree.
But to the other point, yes, if you win those games,
So
you
it should
put
be more
yourself-
intense week 2 than week 4 and 5.
Well, yeah, you don't have to have such intense games if you
Yeah.
win earlier in the season. Yeah, I get it. I hear you. All right, let's do our Picasso player of the game. Picasso, treat your team to the most flavorful pizza on game day. Picasso's We Are Buffalo Pizza ships both local and nationwide.
I'm going first.
Greg Rousseau.
I have to say,
No.
I have to say,
Greg Rousseau.
He needs to step up.
Greg Rousseau.
Greg,
Has he played the last 2 weeks?
Greg. By the way, his PFF numbers are off the charts.
He's just like Myles Garrett, except without the sacks.
Yeah. Hey, sacks are, they're not a defensive end stat.
God, I say this all the time. I see Greg and I'm thinking, if he knew how much we talk about him,
I think about that all the time.
I think no Joey Bosa, maybe no AJ Epinesa.
How many
out
sacks
there with
does Groot have? Robbie asking.
4? I think he has 4.
What did we say before the year
You
started?
said 8.5.
I said 4.
So
no,
annoying.
listen,
But he's paid like a top guy.
he's good against the run. He is good against the run. I will say this. He is. I just want to see him. In the game the other day, I think it was the ball was snapped over Rodgers' head.
Yeah.
And I was so hoping that Greg would get a
Just, like,
sack for that. They called it a fumble. Some
Kendrick
BS.
said, Mike, you've been saying Greg needs to show up all season.
I
I
know.
don't think he's got it yet.
He's not hearing me, Greg.
Hey, Jenna. Next year. He's
Yeah.
gonna take,
Yeah. It's the 7-year
we're
bump.
not even gonna ask Mike next year, like, who do you think's the breakout player is gonna be? We're just gonna show clips from the past few years of Mike being like, this is the guy.
We need to replace the Roma Dunze framed photo with a
Yes.
Greg Rousseau framed
He's going to
photo.
come through. He's going to come through. It's happening.
Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Greg, can you sign this? Is a big fan of yours. It's a jersey. Can you sign this for
Will you
that?
send this from our friend Michael?
and then we're just gonna turn around after he signs it and be like, here you go, Mike. This one's for you.
See you guys.
He has no idea how much we talk
I would
about
also
him.
say this, as I
We're
tried
the
to
only
say in
ones
the
that talk
beginning.
about him.
Are you kids done?
Sorry.
Do I have to turn this car around? Here's what I'm going to tell you. He does need to step up in this game. Like there's nobody around him now. I mean, seriously, if they're playing without Bosa and I know, I said he would be better with guys around him, but now he's got nobody around him. Who's playing D end in the game? Who is playing? Morgan Fox? Who's playing the other spot?
Shaq Lawson.
Yeah. Shaq
So
Lawson.
Mike said before.
I know what I
That
said.
the other people would make it
Greg
easier.
better.
Yeah.
And
then
now they're not there.
Yeah.
And he's
But
like,
this
but
is the
Greg, but
time.
now Greg's gonna step up. It's because Ed's been out.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
Yes.
I just gave you
Lindsay
one.
says, I'm calling it, Mike. Group gets 4 sacks on Sunday versus Burrow.
Let's go. Can you imagine that?
Oh my gosh.
No. I mean, I will take some. Get the ball out of his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blocked a field goal. That's got to be worth 5 sacks. Let's go.
Sure, whatever you say.
Yeah, seriously.
Recovered a fumble. Made a 4th down stop last week.
4th down stop when the game didn't matter. Well done.
What? They weren't playing? Score didn't count?
It was
It was
they were
already
down
put
like
away.
18.
Yeah.
my Picasso's player of the game, Cole Bishop.
Oh.
Okay,
We kind of mentioned
By
it.
the way, did you see what Nicholas wrote?
No.
Rousseau visited my mom in the hospital after her heart surgery, which was very much appreciated.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Greg Rousseau, great.
Great human
Guy,
being. Don't you
average
dare.
football
Don't. Daniel, I knew you were going to
You couldn't
say
even
that.
give him that. I just talked
He
about
took
him going to
open
visit a
heart
hospital.
surgery.
Great guy. Average football
You don't
player.
need to say the other part.
Great guy.
Just say that.
Man.
Average football player.
Stop saying the other part.
Great guy.
Well, Nicholas, that's really nice.
That's
That's
awesome.
very
And I
nice.
hope
And we
your
hope,
mom's doing
I would
well.
say, we hope your mom is doing
I
well.
just saw Pops Mafia was in here too. It was really
Oh,
cool to
yes,
see
Pops
him.
yeah.
wanted to know when our next
Stop.
live appearances. It's next
Sorry.
week in Webster.
Webster
Yes.
next Thursday at Hooligans, and then that's the 11th.
Right. That's right before the
Sorry.
Patriots game. And then the week after that, we are at Riverworks
In Buffalo.
Oh
That's
my
a White
gosh.
Claw event.
Yes.
Eric's comment, I'm not going to read it, but it's funny. I'm not going to read it. Andy says, friend of mine recently DoorDashed
my-
Oliver. He got Pizza Hut. Said he left a nice tip though. Yo, I love Pizza Hut. Crush some Pizza Hut.
So Picasso's
I
pizza.
like-
As well as Picasso's
So-
Pizza.
So Picasso's player of
What
the
do you
game.
mean? You get like multiple. What? I also like Picasso's. We had it at Buffalo 2 weeks ago.
Yes, it was great.
Yep.
They have the
Yep.
Stop
Okay.
talking.
no, they have the
Stop.
cup and char.
Yeah,
You're
yes,
right. It's
yeah. My
excellent.
Picasso's player of the game. Shout out Picasso's. Awesome.
Picasso's-
Rusty, take the
Cole-
one shot,
It's
please.
Cole Bishop.
My Picasso's player of the week is James. What an idiot. James Cook. I think the Bills are going to need him to have a really big game. He's coming off a great game.
freaking fight so hard.
So hard.
It's an unbelievable.
So there's that. James Cook. Go back to Cole Bishop, Dan. Say more about Cole Bishop.
Yeah, I think the corner is going to need some help. Make sure nobody gets behind him. This is the type of game where you have Cole Bishop and you draft him in the second round to make a difference in games like this against high-powered passing attacks.
Yep.
All
All right, let's talk more about other stuff.
How about picks?
Let's do our picks.
Jenna, why don't you go first?
My pick is Picasso's.
Hey!
There we
We
go.
love you, Picasso's. Picasso's, treat your team to the most flavorful pizza on game day. All right. My pick is the Bills in this game. I think it will be a challenging game for Buffalo. I think Joe Burrow being back, the talent that the Bengals have. I think that they are a very hungry team because of the situation and knowing they want to get into the playoffs. But I just think where the Bills are at, they're coming off that big win against the Steelers. I think they have a lot of confidence in running the ball. I think for this Bills team, they're playing at home, which is obviously in a strong suit for Buffalo. And I just think for them, I have them winning 24-20, a close game, but just the Bills in December are usually excellent. And I expect that to be the case on Sunday.
When I first started looking at this game, I was thinking like, man, the Bills, messed up with wide receiver. The guys are hurt. And I still feel that way. I think if you just look at fantasy football. You look at names, I'm not talking about Bills fans. Obviously, you know your team. The Bengals feel better, and Burrow is back, and there's a lot of excitement. And all that still applies to the game. But you guys were talking about it too, and I was thinking there's something about when they come home. And I know they lost the New England game, but they kind of find a way. And I don't know how this defense is going to do it on Sunday, but I think the thought around the league is this game is going to be 44-40. I don't think so. I'm with you. I think I think the Bills score keeps it right around 30 or below. So I came up with an ugly score that fits the game, 29-26.
Mike, how do you get to 29?
Still an over.
That's over. Yeah, that's
53
right. Is the under over? How do you get to 29? You play like you're going to get to 30, and then Matt Prater does me a solid and misses the extra point.
Which would be 3 straight
games.
Just another comment from Adam in Scala. He doesn't have Picasso's in Rochester. I think they ship everywhere. Shout out Picasso's. They will deliver.
Yeah. And we have it in Buffalo.
Picasso'spizza.net.
Yeah. Picasso's Pizza. Great.
Just do me a favor.
Just great. Just
do me a favor.
Tell Jenna sent you.
Tell Buffalo Plus sent you. Please.
I even got a text message from Ian there. That was so good. My pick for the game is there are reasons that I am slightly concerned about this game. The Bengals, it's funny. Mike always talks about it, that it's not who you play, it's when you play them. The Patriots got to play the Bengals with Joe Flacco, no Jamar Chase, and injured T. Higgins. The Bills are now going to face all three of them, plus 10 days off to prepare. They will have a high-powered offense. But I think this Bills defense is in a pretty good spot right now. I actually am more confident in the defense than I am in the offense. But the Bengals defense also, for as good as they played the last few games, I don't really buy it. I know they're playing a little bit better. I still like the Bills at home in December because of the stats we've talked about. 18-3 since 2020 in the month of December. I got the Bills winning 27-20.
The Bengals.
The
Bengals. All right.
Oh, shout out Jake. $20 super chat.
Wow.
We appreciate
you.
you. That's very kind. I also dropped in the chat PicassoPizza.net if you're interested. And I put parentheses, please be interested.
Jenna, this might be a time for you to put your glasses on.
Damn it. I didn't bring them into the studio. Okay, let's do credit to me.
All right. I'm going to do a credit to me first. I'm going to do it, and then I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this. So December 7th coming up is my 38th anniversary doing television in Rochester and covering the Bills. So that should tell you how long I've been doing this. And I love doing it. And part of the reason I like doing it is working with these two knuckleheads. And the reason I say that is because
so sweet,
every
Michael.
once in a while I do something stupid. And I did something stupid driving to Pittsburgh. Jenna and I are driving. Dan is back in Rochester. We leave. We're cruising down the road. Next thing you know, Dan is texting Jenna while we're an hour and 15 minutes away from Rochester. Hey, did Mike forget his backpack?
And Mike, what is in your backpack?
Nothing important other than all that I use to edit, the camera we use for the locker room, and our credentials to go to the game.
You need those?
We needed them. So Dan, being the good guy that he is, got in his car, drove to Batavia. If you know the area, you know it's about halfway the distance from where we were going. And then Jenna and I drove back, and these guys have given me a hard time about it, but in a good way. And then we just drove to Pittsburgh. So it's been rare that I've forgotten anything in the thousands of times I have driven.
Yeah.
Certainly to Orchard Park. I've rarely, if ever, had to turn around and come back. But credit to me, I survived that. I drove because Passenger Princess.
Yeah, it's funny when you say we drove. It's
at least because we're in the car.
Yeah. I'm not driving.
Not driving.
No. You did say when we were leaving, though, you're like, I think I'm forgetting something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, Mike.
Which happened. We've all felt that way.
Yeah,
it happens.
Like, oh, Mike got a new backpack and changed all of his other stuff out of his old backpack. And I was like, there's everything in this backpack that he needs.
By the way, speaking of the 38 years that I've done this, so I started and it was the end of a season, but then the next year I covered my first Bills game. And I told you it was against the Vikings, 1988. I went to this game. I remember it as being this awesome, crazy game. The highlights were on YouTube the other day. I watched them. The game was as boring as shit. It was so bad. It was punts and field goals.
That was Thurman's first game, right?
Thurman's first game. The Bills won. The crowd loved it because that team was just starting to get good. But I'm watching. I'm like, I'm waiting for like what I thought was so great. I think I was just so excited to cover an NFL game like that. And but the game itself was a dud.
38 years.
That is wild.
Yeah.
You should You should be very proud.
Yeah.
You
Hall
look
of
great for
Famer.
73.
No kidding. I keep going up in years.
Also, credit to Mike. He did 2 podcasts on Monday
Yeah.
or on Tuesday.
Yeah, he did.
Maybe a little minor error.
Yeah.
Mentioned the
It's
wrong
okay.
city.
Yeah.
But, they care about the Bills. And
What they're saying in Nashville.
I think they don't want to.
Shout out to the chat again, letting us know.
They don't want to talk
Mike's
about
in the car.
Titans.
We're driving to Buffalo. Mike's in the car. He's like, "Do you see my canvas, Dan? They're pretty good." And then all of a sudden, we're like reading the comments, like Nashville.
Hold on. It wasn't on the Canva. The Canva was right.
Oh, the Canva was right.
The
Canva
title was
right.
wrong.
The title was wrong.
We're on
Canva
to
was right.
Josh saying we're on to Nashville.
We're on to Nashville. Yeah, a minor error, but
Oh my gosh.
sometimes.
That is really funny. You should be very proud though. 38
thank
years is
Yeah.
impressive. Okay. Do you want to go?
Sure. My credit. I've had this one kind of waiting for a while. We haven't been able to do an in-studio podcast because of Thanksgiving and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's nice to do this.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, my credit is to my wife, and I will take some credit because of it. Now, I think a lot of guys out here will understand where I'm coming from here. My wife is is the person, my wife, the person who is influenced the most. My wife's like, "Oh, I would love to be like an Instagram influencer or things like that." I'm like, "You're the person they're influencing more than anything else." Things arrive at our house and she's like, "Oh, well, this family has this, so I had to get it for us." It's like, I didn't even know this thing existed. She's like, "Oh, I love them. This family is so great. All like they're her friends. Love that, all those things." But she has tried to get the cleanest, healthiest products to clean the house.
Oh,
Everything has to be no dyes, no chemicals, pretty much nothing that actually cleans something.
I was just going to
Okay.
say nothing that works.
So for years, we have been doing this battle with our laundry. We've had kids. Oh, we want to get this. We don't want to use this product. We don't want to use this
Right.
product. No free ads. We're back to Tide Pods, and I've never been happier. Laundry, the whole basement smells better. And there was a time when even our 5-year-old daughter put on clothes, and she's like, "Mom, this stinks." And it's like, yeah, because there's nothing that cleans the clothes. We're just washing it in water. So shout out to my wife. It was a 3.5-year battle. We are back to using chemicals. It's what I was raised on. We're all fine. No free ads, but it was awesome that our laundry smells great once again.
more of a Dawn fan.
Yeah.
Okay.
No free ads, Tide Pods, but if you want to join the
Like,
Buffalo
yeah.
Plus
it was-
family, we're
It
ready
was
for you.
just
Yeah.
unbelievable. And my wife's like, "Yeah, this is a lot better."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, hey, we're good."
I've tried before.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a reason.
But it's like everything
It's
around
like
our
that,
house is like organic.
It's like that fake deodorant. What's that?
Oh
like
my
when people use like
God.
a stone.
Yeah.
Like it don't
yeah,
work.
Yeah. No. Nope.
I
That's
just-
very true.
it's
I've
fine.
tried that too.
So, yes, it's very cool.
That's fair.
Very happy. It's good. It's just,
Love that for you. Well,
like-
honestly, love that
like
for
for
all
the
of us.
longest time, she's like, "I can't get these stains out of the clothes." Like, you need chemicals. You need chemicals to get our clothes to get cleaned. So yeah.
All right. My credit to me is credit to me. I've been really trying to actually, David just said credit to Jenna for being a passenger princess. Yes, I stay a passenger princess. No, credit to me. I made French onion soup over the weekend. I made the base. I made everything. I chopped up like 15 onions and was crying in my kitchen. The soup came out banging. I've been trying more
And
recipes.
Who loves French onions?
My husband, Zach, loves French onion soup.
You need a sharper knife. That helps with the
I
onions.
actually have heard that. Yeah, we didn't have a sharper knife.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was like,
On Thanksgiving, I was sharpening my in-laws' knives. We have a knife sharpener.
oh,
Yeah,
that's
And-
nice.
and it was he's
So
like,
maybe you could bring them over to
Yeah.
Dad's and
Yeah.
have him sharpen the knives, and then you can.
Truly though, I was like, no, it's okay, honey.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
crying
Yep.
the entire time.
I
but
thought
it
you were
was
just crying
delicious.
because you were watching the Bills passing game.
Oh gosh, that was too easy, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh, also, we want to give a quick shout out. This was really cool. Jacqueline
yeah.
sent us this. It's a little coloring sheet for Dan's girls. We're also
Yes.
printing it out for Mike's granddaughters. Very cool
show
stuff.
the picture. Show that's.
Oh,
that
wait.
is-
Can we zoom in? No.
no.
Just
Well,
say.
here, Rusty, Mike's camera.
Isn't that
look at
so
that.
cute?
That is
I was to say.
that is us at the top,
I know.
and then the kids,
And then the
Buffalo
kiddos
Plus.
and Buffalo Plus. Jacqueline, we love it. She has a coloring book on Amazon, The Jungle Girls. But thought that was very
cool.
sweet. I was to say, I want to see the girls color that.
Oh,
and then bring it
absolutely.
back.
Yes, I will bring them to Blake and
I
Gemma.
know,
when we go
adorable.
for
The little
You're not
mini
wearing
buffaloes.
glasses though in it.
yes.
Am I
the
gonna have
diff-
to wear these
that's
all
the
the
different version.
Guys are so annoying. Okay. Anything else, gentlemen?
I don't think so.
Someone
Picasso's
said,
Pizza.
yeah, Jay says credit to Jenna for being Jenna. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Credit to our sponsors. We love them so much.
So today our sponsors would be, well, we're in the Connors and Ferris podcast studio. White Claw. We thank them very much.
Picasso's
Pizza.
Yeah.
So there we go.
I might need a White Claw
That's it.
after today. Oh, I wonder what you're doing. All right. For Mike and Dan, I'm Jenna. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Reminder, we'll be at Hooligans in Webster coming up a week from tonight. Also, we'll be back in Buffalo December 18th at Riverworks. Yep. We're going to have a lot of fun there. We'll be at the game on Sunday. We'll have plenty of post-game coverage up on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. For Mike and Dan, I'm Jenna. Thank you for watching the Buffalo Plus podcast.
Now, from the Connors and Ferris podcast studio, this is Buffalo Plus, your interactive look at the week in football.